Hello hunters, this is mousefarm. In the darkness of the South African grasslands, a roar signals the coming of a nightmare. Baboons are an intelligent, invasive species, ready to wreak havoc. A troop of 50 can wipe out millions of dollars in a single night. Do you dare to face them? What makes baboons so dangerous to South African farmers? When a troop of baboons descends on a farm, the devastation they leave behind is catastrophic. A troop of 50 baboons can destroy a mile of maize worth up to $10,000 in a single night. And it's not just crops that are at risk. In 2024 alone, baboons caused the loss of more than 3,000 sheep and goats. But it doesn't stop there. Baboons are known to attack humans in the Eastern Cape province, with 12 attacks reported in just 2 years. Unlike deer or wild boars, intelligent, aggressive, and dangerous baboons pose the biggest challenge to any hunters who venture out. So how do you successfully hunt this invasive species? Hunting baboons requires patience and strategy. One of the most common techniques is spot and track, where hunters use 10x42 binoculars to locate baboons from up to 800 yards away. The challenge for hunters is that baboons are good at detecting movement from close range. This means that even the slightest mistake can cost the hunter their prey. Baiting is another method, using fruit or dead bodies to lure baboons into a trap. However, only about 30% of these traps are successful because the baboons learn the danger the next time they set them. The standard weapon of choice for baboon hunters is the 308 Winchester or 300 Blackout rifle. With over 2,500 hours of muzzle energy, these rifles are capable of taking down the largest male baboon with a single shot from up to 300 yards. It is important to note that baboons live in herds, and if one of the herds senses a threat, it will alert the rest of the herd in less than half a second, meaning the hunter only has a few minutes to act before the entire herd retreats into the wilderness. While not all hunting is lucky, baboon hunting can be risky if you're not careful. In a 2024 encounter near Cape Town, a group of 3 hunters came face to face with a 95-pound male baboon 20 yards away. It charged at them at speeds of up to 25 miles per hour. In the chaos, one of the hunters was injured, but he was fortunately assisted by his teammates. A reminder of how dangerous baboons can be. According to government reports, 1 in 10 hunters in South Africa have been attacked by a baboon while hunting. Are you one of those hunters? Comment below. Throughout the hunt, questions have been raised about whether baboon hunting solves the problem, or is it just a temporary fix? South Africa issues between 5,000 and 7,000 baboon hunting permits each year, reducing agricultural damage by 20%. Yet the baboon population continues to grow by 3% each year, largely due to their rapid reproduction rate. Meanwhile, in the United States, more than 60% of hunters surveyed on social media in 2025 expressed interest in hunting baboons, drawn by the challenge and action these hunts promise. comment 1 if you put baboon hunting first in reducing damage caused by invasive species, you are still here and watching until the end of the content, please give mousefarm a review so we can improve the next videos. Is hunting the answer, or is this a never-ending cycle of destruction? Share this experience with many other hunters so that you will get lucky in your hunting journey. Please continue to follow. In the dark corners of nature, hunters walk a fine line between the thrill of the chase and the fear of becoming prey. Danger does not knock on the door, it comes unexpectedly. Hunters who venture into this harsh land know what lurks, from wild boars with powerful tusks to feral cates whose eerie silence ends in ambushes and bears with twice the strength of a human. These are moments where survival depends on instinct and luck. But why do they keep coming back? But what drives hunters to face these creatures, knowing the boar's natural ferocity, the feral cat's stealthiness, and the bear's dominance? Perhaps it is not just the thrill of the hunt, but also the desire to understand these animals' raw, untamed instincts. Wild boars are prolific breeders with females capable of producing large offspring. This high reproductive rate has led to population explosions, creating hunting opportunities. Wild boars are social animals that often travel in herds led by an older sow, providing a strategic advantage to hunters. During the breeding season, wild boars, especially pregnant sows, become increasingly aggressive. Their instincts to protect their young kick in, making them more unpredictable. As they search for food more aggressively in the cooler months of late fall to early winter, hunting them becomes a challenge, heightening the intensity of the hunt. On Vancouver Island, a veteran wildlife filmmaker had spent years studying animals, but nothing had prepared him for the raw spectacle of bears hunting salmon. Despite their massive size, they travel at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour over short distances. They leap from rock to rock, up to 15 feet at a time, aiming to catch salmon swimming upstream. Each leap is a perfectly timed strike, their claws slicing through the water with the utmost precision. These bears, unlike many other animals in the wild, do not rely on vegetation but rather thrive entirely on protein-rich raw meat. The filmmaker was particularly struck by the frequency with which mother bears, while nursing their cubs, would return to streams, sometimes traveling more than 10 miles multiple times a day, to ensure their cubs had enough to eat. The vast wilderness tests her limits. A tiny black-footed cat begins her journey. Weighing just 2 pounds as a baby, she seemed too small to survive in a dangerous world, but she was born with the raw instincts of a predator. As she grew, her skills grew stronger. As an adult, she could travel 20 miles in a single night, her night vision and keen hearing guiding her as she hunted everything from grasshoppers to birds. Her accuracy with a 60% success rate in her jumps would only increase as she matured into one of the most dangerous hunters in the animal kingdom. She is also a master of ambush, having honed her hunting techniques from birth. She starts by lying low, blending into her surroundings. She approaches within 20 to 30 feet to launch a successful attack. Her calm demeanor is a key factor in her success, allowing her to remain undetected and wait for the perfect moment to strike. Wild boar, originally native to Europe, Asia, and parts of North Africa, were introduced to North America primarily for sport hunting. The tradition of hunting wild boar dates back to ancient times, with boar hunting being a royal and noble pastime in Europe.
Here they are.
The thrill of the hunt, combined with the danger and skill involved in pursuing such a formidable animal, made boar hunting an esteemed challenge.
Another one.
In the early 1900s, several states in the US decided to introduce wild boar populations for hunting purposes, particularly in states like Texas, Georgia, and Florida.
C'est bien. C'est bien.
The introduction of wild boar wasn't purely for recreational hunting, however. The animals were also brought in for conservation and to restore the idea of a traditional hunt in areas that had lost native wildlife or never had any boar populations to begin with. The introduction of boar was seen as a way to revive the heritage of hunting that had long been associated with survival and prowess. Why do wild boars thrive in numbers large enough to keep hunters busy despite decades of hunting? Known for their explosive reproductive abilities, a female can give birth to 6 to 12 piglets per litter twice a year, fueling an unstoppable population explosion. Even with heavy hunting pressure, their numbers continue to grow faster than can be controlled. But one change as sport hunting continues is that they have become more aggressive, learning to fight back, making the chase more dangerous. Hunting wild boar is not only a skill but also a team spirit and preparation. Hunters often rely on a combination of savage rifles, which are famous for their accuracy and reliability. After many dangerous times, hunters are assisted by trained hunting dogs. They are used to drive wild boars from their hiding places and make them important allies in the hunt. Participants in this activity often bet up to $10,000 to add to the excitement. Hunters are seasoned professionals, each with more than 10 years of experience and a record of successfully taking down 3 to 5 wild boars per hunt. Taking down wild boars is the highlight of the hunt. This wildcat hunt was different from other wild boar hunts because it used a unique method to attract the elusive predators closer to the hunting area. The hunters use specialized equipment to mimic the sounds of prey in distress, often mimicking the cries of small animals such as rabbits or birds. This mimicry takes advantage of the wildcat's instincts and draws them out of hiding.
John, get. Edge of the field.
After the first wildcat was taken down, the appearance of the second one reinforced the effectiveness of the sound method of hunting. A technique that was invented in the early 20th century and is still very successful today with an 85% success rate.
I'll kill him right there.
Despite being wary, the second wildcat fell prey to the hunter with a precise shot at 120 yards, demonstrating both the skill of the shooter and the staying power of the technique.
This is where you go to find a bobcat. I could have a shot.
Hunting feral cats in the United States means traversing some of the most difficult terrain imaginable. Steep rocky slopes, dense brush, and vast expanses where every movement could expose you. This predator thrives in isolated areas that force hunters deep into harsh terrain where danger lurks in every shadow. It's not just feral cats you have to worry about. Wolves also stalk these lands. Their howls a chilling reminder of the risks.
Yes.
Hunters rely on every trick in the feral cat's behavior to stay undetected. They wear dark brown clothing that blends seamlessly into the dry trees.
Got him, bud.
Tagged out on bobcats, baby. Yes.
Hunters lie low on the ground in camouflage near sparse brush. All of this is to disguise the feral cat's agility with its keen eyes that can detect even the slightest movement or sound. Their ability to stalk prey with precision makes them the undisputed kings of this terrain, leaving no room for error for the hunter. Fall from August to October is the prime bear hunting season. During this time, bears are fattening up for the winter and often feed on berries, salmon, or other nutritious food sources. Fall hunting is ideal for trophy hunting because bears have thick, glossy fur. With the bear season kicking off in Alaska, hunters are gearing up for a week-long adventure about a 10-hour drive from the city. With their crossbows ready and packed, anticipation is high as they prepare to track the giant beasts. Covering the bait with logs or weights ensures that only bears can access it. This keeps smaller animals such as raccoons and wolves away while encouraging bears to linger. Additionally, placing bait near natural food sources such as berry patches, water sources, or trails that bears frequently travel will increase the likelihood of attracting them. Based on the experience of hunters in Maine, bears often leave traces such as hairs on tree branches that help hunters track their movements. Hunters rely on devices such as trail cameras to improve tracking efficiency. According to research, trail cameras can save up to 4 to 6 hours of physical searching by providing real-time alerts when a bear enters the area. Bear hunts in Alaska's challenging terrain typically last 5 to 7 days and require hunters to endure long treks. In physical condition, they can cover up to 15 miles per day. Alaska enforces strict bear hunting policies each year, allowing hunters to take only one bear per season to maintain a sustainable population. This limit has been in effect since 1997 when regulations were put in place to prevent overhunting and ensure the bear population remains healthy. After hibernation, hungry bears begin to feed, often focusing on easily accessible food sources such as bait set by hunters. Hunters use broadhead arrows designed to penetrate the bear's tough hide, usually targeting 300 to 600 pound bears. Bears are exceptional climbers, capable of scaling even the tallest trees in the forest, which requires hunters to take extra precautions when preparing to hunt. Many believe that encountering a bear family is the ultimate success in a hunt. But for most hunters, a lone bear is often the preferred target. Bear families can present unpredictable challenges, especially if cubs are present, as hunting laws often prohibit shooting cubs, adding a layer of ethics to the hunt. Success depends on understanding animal behavior using strategic baiting and scent control. Remember, respecting wildlife and the environment is key. What is your take on hunting success? Comment below. Subscribe for more documentary videos about the world of hunting. In Texas, the number of wild pigs has increased to an alarming 2.6 million, causing damage to agriculture and infrastructure. They cause more than $52 million in damage each year, destroying crops, polluting water sources, and endangering livestock and people. Texans are dealing with feral hogs and an annual growth rate of about 15 to 20%. Their rapid reproduction and adaptability to different environments create major management challenges. Wildlife management and biologists estimate that to maintain a stable wild boar population, about 50 to 60% of the current population needs to be exterminated each year. To combat this threat, farmers and hunters in Texas have adopted the use of helicopters. Hunting feral pigs by helicopter in Texas is an exciting experience and attracts many participants. The cost of renting a helicopter for hunting can range from $1,500 to $4,000 per flight. Although the cost can be high, This method is still considered effective in controlling invasive populations. Helicopter hunting for wild boar usually lasts about an hour due to its flying speed of 100 to 150 miles per hour. This saves hunting time and fuel. Texas is one of the standout states for this activity thanks to its diverse terrain of plains, open forests, and swamps. Hunters will observe wild boars from above, then use specialized tools to take them down, while complying with relevant laws and regulations. Hunting laws vary by state, with some places allowing hunting only during a specific 4-month season, while others allow hunting year-round. In Texas, hunting licenses will be available to 1,000 hunters. When wild boars are detected, the hunter will notify the pilot to move to the location to destroy them. Ensuring quick and effective takedowns, the average visual range of a helicopter when hunting is about 800 feet, allowing it to hit targets from this distance. Some modern hunting equipment can operate effectively at distances of up to 1,200 feet, expanding access to a variety of locations. The approaches require great precision and coordination between hunter and pilot. Propellers also assist hunters in detecting wild boars in the middle of the jungle. The most effective time to take them down is when they are moving or feeding. Areas with less vegetation are often more accessible for hunters. In each hunt, the number of individuals knocked down ranges from 200 to 400. Using helicopters to hunt wild boar has its own disadvantages. This method allows access to remote areas and the destruction of many animals in a short time. However, the high cost and potential risk to humans and other animals in the area are notable concerns. This is especially important when hunting near residential areas or natural areas. Careful consideration is needed to ensure safety and protect the surrounding environment. In addition, hunting activities can lead to ecological imbalance. This method can also cause environmental pollution due to noise and exhaust fumes. Noise from helicopters can affect water and air quality, while exhaust fumes can pollute the environment. Waste from hunting activities can also affect the landscape. After hunting by helicopter, destroyed wild boars are usually collected and processed according to regulations. They will be brought to the nearest processing facility or farm, where they will be checked for food hygiene and safety.
Keep going.
The meat parts can be used for different purposes, such as food for animals or giving to charities. However, not all parts of the wild boar are used. Some may be destroyed if they are not suitable for use. Using helicopters to hunt wild boars is often considered inhumane because it can lead to the destruction of young or pregnant pigs. This method is increasingly popular in the US because of its effectiveness and speed. However, this method also faces many challenges, and the intelligence of wild boars can affect the effectiveness of the hunting process. Leave it to number 2 if you think this method could be improved to reasonably reduce wild boar numbers. Thank you for watching this video. Let's share the video to motivate Texas hunters in the next activities. Comment number 1 if you support this method. Please continue watching the video. In the case of the marsh wildebeest poisoning, December was always a difficult month because the wildebeest herds were far from Tanzania. And the lack of grass in rural areas forced herders to move large numbers of cattle into the reserve at night to avoid detection just when lions were hunting. In addition, cattle encroachment into the Mara Reserve is reducing the amount of grass available to wildlife, causing the wildebeest migration to be a month shorter than in Kenya a decade ago. The loss of wildebeest disrupts the food chain, forcing lions to venture deeper into human territory in search of food. Cattle become an alternative target, leading to increased human-lion conflict. In just 1 week, in May 2023, there were between 50 and 70 lion attacks on livestock in Tanzania alone. But dealing with this invasive species is not as simple as chasing them away. Tanzanians have to erect barbed wire fences around the entire farm area. Why not electric fences? Electricity in rural Africa is unstable, and the cost of installation and maintenance is too expensive. On the contrary, barbed wire fences are not affected by harsh weather. A big advantage when faced with hungry lions looking for an entrance. In addition to the fences, the government also imposes strict regulations on livestock grazing. During the day, grazing must comply with the prescribed area and is not allowed to go deep into the reserve. Do you think the Tanzanians have used this method of coping, or is there anything else that needs to be added? Amid escalating tensions between humans and invasive species in Tanzania, the government has taken strict legal measures to protect the safety of its people. Under Tanzanian law, lion hunting without a valid license is considered an illegal act that can result in heavy fines.
Reload, boys. Check it out, not up.
In the event of a direct lion attack, the law allows people to defend themselves to protect their safety and property. For hunting enthusiasts, Tanzania offers special legal hunting licenses in the Selous Game Reserve. Each hunter must comply with regulations on the number and age limit of lions allowed to hunt, which are old males that are no longer able to reproduce. Are you curious about what happens after the hunt is over? Stay tuned, we will reveal it soon.
Shoot.
Furthermore, lion hunting in Tanzania is not a solo mission. You need to join a group of at least 3 to 5 people, including an experienced guide. They know the terrain, understand the lion's habits, and can help you avoid dangerous situations. When approaching, the hunter must keep a minimum distance of 80 yards, which is the ideal distance to ensure a humane shot. If you get closer, the lion can detect the threat, react quickly, and charge at speeds of up to 35 mph, turning the hunter into prey. The Tanzanian government only allows the use of 0.375 H&H Magnum or higher, which is powerful enough to take down an adult lion. After knocking down a lion, the hunter must hand over the trophy to the local authorities, where the authorities inspect, collect data, and confirm the legality of the hunt. Most of the money raised from hunting licenses is invested in conservation and community development activities. Although specific figures on the number of lions hunted in 2024 have not been released, the Tanzanian government continues to maintain a strict control policy to ensure a balance between economic needs and protecting people's safety from invasive species. What do you think about this approach? Do you have any other ideas on how to handle it? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more great videos on invasive species hunting. See you next time.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.